In this episode, we got big injury updates on DJ Humphries, Harrison Butker, Joshua Williams, and Hollywood Brown. Plus, some Steven Nelson news and a Creed Humphrey stat that dates back to the year 2000. With arms wide open.
Before we get the show started, do your boys a favor, hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already.
You're listening to All Chiefed Up.
The Kansas City Chiefs are having a bit of a tough time finding someone to protect their quarterback's left side. Makes you miss those Willie Roaf days, huh? So new Chiefs left tackle DJ Humphries played a good chunk of the game against the Chargers. But then he hurt his hammy. Now, because of that pesky injury, he's going to sit out of practice at the start of the week as the team gets ready to face off against the Cleveland Browns. Chiefs head coach Andy Reid had to spill the beans about it on Wednesday. He said, DJ Humphries won't be practicing today, but don't worry, we're not ruling him out for the Browns game just yet. We'll take it one day at a time. He also mentioned that Humphries is getting a bit better each day, which is good news.
But here's the thing, Humphries hasn't practiced much since joining the team, and that showed when he played in Week 14. So missing more practice with Mahomes in the offense is not ideal to build that chemistry. If Humphries can't play, Coach Reid has some backup plans. He could call on guys like Wanya Morris or Joe Thuney. And to make things even more interesting, the Chiefs are going against a super scary player named Myles Garrett. He's like a tornado on the field, with 11 sacks this season. In today's practice, DJ Humphries was out there stretching with his teammates, so fingers crossed he feels better soon. Now let's shift the focus to the defense for just a moment.
Newly signed veteran cornerback Steven Nelson has made it known he will wear number 38. Was this to pay tribute to L'Jarius Sneed? Was it perhaps a shout out to his 38 penalties he's received in his career perhaps? Well, he was asked that question by Matt Derrick, and he replied with the most truthful yet lame answer we could have hoped for. That's all they had. He could have had number 24, but thankfully Sky Moore still has that on lockdown. Moving on to Joshua Williams, who has filled in that CB2 spot pretty nicely over the past couple weeks. We've seen him exit early after that collision with the Mack truck wide receiver known as Quentin Johnston. Initial reports were that it was a chest injury, but he was on the field stretching today and seems to be day-to-day designation. He was a full participant in practice on Wednesday.
Speaking of day-to-day, the Chiefs have officially opened the 21-day practice window on butt kicker himself, Harrison Butker. Coach Reid stated in his presser that he would get some limited opportunities to gauge his progress in practice, but we're getting the vibes that the Chiefs may play it a bit cautious here and not rush him back too early. One big reason is that Matthew Wright, who's our third kicker this season, has been one clutch son of a bitch over these past few weeks. He was recently just named AFC Special Teams Player of the Week.
Versus the Chargers, he gave us the doink for the division and made all 4 of his field goal attempts, including that game-winning 31-yard field goal as time expired. It helped the Chiefs become the first team in NFL history to have 3 different kickers make a game-winning field goal in a single season. Wright was also perfect on extra points during the game, but he didn't handle the kickoff duties. That job was ceded to Justin Reed, who has a stronger leg to boot the ball out of the back of the end zone. Wright is the first Chiefs kicker to win a Special Teams Player of the Week award this season, but the second special teamer, joining Leo Chanel in Week 10. Wright is the first Chiefs kicker to win the award since Butker did it back in Week 17 of 2023. Butker has won 5 Special Teams Player of the Week awards during his NFL career. More than likely, we'll see Butker return to action against the Texans or the Steelers on Christmas Day.
That Steelers game on Christmas Day looks like the target return date for Hollywood Brown. On Tuesday, Chiefs insider Nate Taylor said the wide receiver would begin practicing this week in some capacity, and in Andy Reid's presser on Wednesday, Reid said he's getting close. He's chomping at the bit to get back out there. He still has to visit with the surgeons here soon, but he's close and he feels great. This is a super positive development as the Chiefs seemingly continue to get more and more healthy after a season chocked full of injury hell.
Before we go, we want to give a special shout out to Creed Humphrey and the interior offensive line. Thuney, Creed, and Smith have yet to allow a single sack so far in 2024, and Creed has the 4th lowest allowed pressure rate for any center in a season since 2000. That's a 1.3% pressure rate, and that is a big reason the Chiefs are 12-1 and have been able to overcome so many injuries and inconsistent performances from their tackles. Shout out to the 33rd team for that cool stat. If you made it this far, drop a number 52 in the chat for our boy Creed. Thanks for liking, subscribing, clicking that bell. Let's go Chiefs.
Christmas is right around the corner, and we've brought back the popular Merry Chiefsmas sweater and hoodie in the store. Just go to merch.allchiefdup.com and you can use the code ACUSANTA, that's ACUSANTA, and you can get 20% off of everything in the store until the end of the year. So get your hands on those and give some gifts to your family and friends.